Hey everyone, it's Desy Cheng, and today we're going to be talking about the Arenti wireless Wi-Fi 1080p indoor and outdoor security camera. So just to let you guys know, Arenti did send me this product, but everything I'm going to be telling you about is based on my honest opinion. So there are a ton of features about this camera, but the four main ones that I want to focus on is that number one, it is wireless, so it allows for really easy installation, and it is 1080p with a 125-degree camera. And the other thing is it is rated at IP65 weatherproof rating, so this is great for outdoors if you want to just throw it outside, and if it rains, but it's supposed to last. And the other great thing is it has an internal rechargeable battery, that is via USB, so you can plug it in, and it's supposed to last up to 3 to 6 months. Now I haven't tested it for 3 to 6 months, but that's what they claim based on a single charge, which is amazing. So before we dive into all of the other features and my review about this, let's talk about how we set this up. So to charge it, all you're going to do is you plug in the USB cable and you just plug it into the wall. And when it's red light, it is charging, and when it turns to blue light, it is fully charged. The next thing you want to do is download the Arenti app on your smartphone and also sign up for an account. Once you have signed up, you want to add a device and make sure you go to the battery camera section, and there's really only one option at the moment. Just select that. So the next thing you want to do is you want to turn it on, and you press and hold this little button / light thing right here, and you press and hold it for a few seconds, and then you'll notice that a light will turn on right at the very top of the camera, and that way you know it's on. Please make sure you're following the on-screen directions from the smartphone as well. The next thing that you're going to want to do is you want to reset the camera. So included is a small little pin in the box, and there's a small little button at the bottom of this camera, and you press and hold it for a few seconds until you hear a chime. The next thing that happens on your smartphone is you want to connect to your home Wi-Fi. Once connected to your Wi-Fi, a QR code will appear on the screen of your phone, and you just pretty much hold the camera in front of the QR code, and that's how you pair it. And that's essentially it. You're pretty much done your setup. There are a few things that you can customize, but you can kind of go into the settings and do that yourself at your own leisure. So this thing right here is magnetic, so you can actually slap this onto anything that's metal, and it will just kind of stick right on. It does come with a metal mount that you can kind of magnetically attach really easily, just to kind of pull in and out. However, if you did want it to be actually secured, it does come with this metal ball mount head that you can kind of screw into the wall of whatever like that, and it will give you much more extreme angles, and it's screwed in, so if you're worried about thieves taking it, this one they'll actually have to spend some more time to unscrew this. One feature is that this device is compatible with Amazon Alexa. However, based on my smartphone, for some reason, I can't actually view the live screen on the Amazon Alexa app. I actually have to just go back into the Arenti app to look at it. But on my Amazon Echo as well as my Amazon Fire Stick, I can view this camera no problem. One thing though is that the connection, like the house that I live in is not crazy big or anything like that, but I found that the connection sometimes is very inconsistent. Sometimes it'll connect within 5 seconds. If I say, hey, or Alexa, show me my Arenti camera, it'll show it to me within 5 seconds. However, I did also a test another time, and it took like 30 seconds for it to actually connect. So in terms of the integration with Amazon Alexa as well as the Arenti, it's not 100% seamless or flawless or anything like that. However, if I do want to view it on my mobile device using the Arenti app, it works all the time. Haven't had any issues with it whatsoever. But one thing that I do want to note that is that in terms of the app integration with it, it's again compared to some of the other apps and devices and wireless cameras that I have out there, it's not as fast. So I find that when I was going through my history and I was trying to load a video from earlier today or something like that, it would actually load and take like 5 to 10 seconds before it would load. And again, I wasn't very far away from my Wi-Fi router or anything like that, so I was a little bit, and it was inconsistent. Sometimes it took longer and sometimes it was shorter. So overall, the Wi-Fi connectivity going to the camera and reading off the SD card and anything like that, it was a little bit inconsistent. So that's kind of one thing that I feel like could be improved, that could be much faster, would just be the speed at which it transfers. This thing does have a two-way talk system, so I can be on my smartphone and press the microphone button and talk to someone who's on the on this side of the camera. And within the settings, you can adjust the volume of it, which is a great feature.
Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3.
Another great thing that adds value to this is that it already includes an SD card, so you don't actually have to buy another one. Again, that's another added value to this device. Arenti does have a cloud storage system, so if you didn't want to store everything onto the SD card, you can sign up for their account and store it on their cloud. You do get 3 months of free service in the beginning, and then after that, then you do have to pay a subscription. Another thing that I feel like could be improved is at the bottom as well as the back is the silicone covers for the USB charging as well as the micro SD card. It's great that it's it's thick and it's weatherproof and it's supposed to kind of seal out any contents from the outdoors. However, my very first attempt to open up the door at the very back so I could charge it, I actually ripped off the tab with my fingernail. So in terms of the durability and the quality of silicone rubber that they were using for it, I feel like could be improved, just because again I just ripped it off with my fingernail, and it wasn't like I just cut my fingernails and they were really sharp. It just happened. So another improvement that could be made with this. And finally, let's talk about picture quality. Now, this does have a 1080p high definition video camera. However, I would say the image quality of that 1080p is not the greatest. I have seen much better ones that have better dynamic range and have better color. But again, this is just, it's just a kind of like a security camera, so you can kind of see what's going on. This is not something that you would take around like a GoPro where you actually want to capture your memories. So I feel like that is something that's irrelevant. But just comparing to some of the stuff that I have seen from other competitors, I feel like there is definitely room for improvement. But it's not terrible and it's not bad. Now, there are loads of other features within this camera. However, I just felt like, what I talked about in this video are kind of like the main key points and the selling features of this camera. And, you can kind of look on their website and the links below to see all of the other features. But what I talked about today are just kind of like the main things that you really got to need to know. So if you do want up to 30% off with this camera, use my special code below to get 10% off, and also click the links below to get an additional 20% off. And and then you can get this at an extremely great price. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and if you want to see me do more, please like and subscribe, and definitely don't forget to watch me or follow me on Instagram at Desy31.